So when I was in my early 20s or thereabouts, I signed up to take this motorcycle safety course at the insistence of my dad. He worked for Harley Davidson at the time, and he was pretty excited by the prospect of his son riding with him, but he also had great respect for the dangers inherent in motorcycle riding. So he urged me to take this class. I was pretty cocky. I had ridden off-road motorcycles as a teen, and so I knew plenty about just the operation of a motorcycle, and I figured, how different can this be from riding a bike? Quite. So I show up for the first day of this class, and the instructor proceeds to teach us how to turn around a corner. And he says that what you want to do is you want to look in the direction you're turning and apply pressure on that side of the handlebar with that hand. So for instance, if you're turning right, you look right and you push with your right hand. I remember someone in the group actually trying to correct him and saying, "You mean left hand?" But that's not what he meant. He showed us how this works, and a half hour later we were doing slaloms around cones strictly by concentrating on which hand we were pushing against. It was kind of miraculous. Riding is like riding a motorcycle. First of all, in that it's dangerous. I don't mean physical danger, of course. I mean, unless we're talking about carpal tunnel. But there's emotional danger to writing. You spend so much time and energy on crafting this story, and by the time you have a workable first draft, you look at it or you have other people read it, and you realize that this just isn't engaging, that there are major flaws with it, that there are problems that you don't even know how to fix. And that can be really discouraging. But there are solutions, and some of those solutions, like the turning a motorcycle trick, are not all that obvious or intuitive. I once went to a reading by Michael Chabon, who brought up the age-old debate in creative writing about whether or not creative writing can be taught. Is it just a matter of inborn talent and instinct? Chabon's answer was no, of course not. And he recounted a time when he was just starting out and he had written something that in the first couple pages introduced like 14 characters. And he said, "I had no idea you couldn't do that until somebody told me." Now let me clarify, there are no rules in creative writing. You can do whatever you want, but it's good to know how the human brain processes narrative, how we make sense of story, what it is that engages people, what it is that moves people. And that's where I come in. I'm like a motorcycle safety instructor for writers. I'm obsessed with storytelling, with how story works. And so what I do is I try to apply my understanding of story to the line, page, and scene level of your writing. Storytelling is an incredibly complex craft, and in many ways I think storytelling is the height of human communication. Your story deserves to be told as effectively and powerfully as it can be. So that's what the Storm Writing School is all about. It's about trying to help you tell the best story you can. So look around the site a little bit, sign up for the school. You're not buying anything if you do that. Look at the blog, check out the classes I'm offering. I'm constantly working on new material, and if there's anything you'd like me to teach, just let me know. If you have questions, email me, and above all, keep writing.